Thanks for listening. If you like what you hear, support the show by joining the Nerd On Nation powered by Patreon. Go to nerdon.tv/Patreon and get Nerd On exclusives for as little as $1 a month.
Welcome to Nerd On, the podcast you didn't need but deserve, where all levels of nerd are welcome. Hey everyone, how are you? I'm your host, the Azorian Anthony Esteves, and I am joined by a fabulous trio who are here to join me for our topic today, our comic topic, which is the graphic novel series by Tim Seeley and Mike Norton.
Here's a who.
Volume 1 of Revival, which is currently a sci-fi series adaptation. But first, who's here with me? We're starting with, of course,
It's me. I'm Josh. And then
I'm Amy. Oh, I'm Amy with camera problems if you're watching this on the video. So, surprise.
And forget about Corey, because it's me, Tom.
he's Tom.
I'm Tom. And before we get too far into it, let's make sure we get that episode dedicated to our lovely patrons. If you don't know about Patreon, it's way we keep the lights on here. It's a way that can support the show for as little as $1 a month. And this month, we want to dedicate this episode of Revival, a rural noir, to our patron, Dougler93. Thank you so much. Your support really means the world to us.
It does.
And without you, we literally can't function without each and one of you patrons, especially you, Dougler93.
we got bills. We pay them. We have bills.
Yeah. Hosting websites and hosting podcasts and putting stuff on the internet to make sure that you guys have access to all costs some money. So we want to make sure that we keep doing that.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It does.
And it just helps us make us do this more often and with better quality.
Mm-hmm.
But Mr. Esteves,
That's me.
you suggested this episode.
Yeah,
I
why?
did.
Why?
Why did you suggest this episode?
Chaos theory, man. No.
I don't like it. I don't know why I suggested it. I just wanted to see what you guys would say.
Wild card. Anyway, so back in the old days of the Capeless Crusaders.
Wow.
When you were a conservative.
No, I changed. I had already
He was
changed.
before that, he changed.
I changed.
True.
I was big time lib already.
Wait, is this serious? Is this, am I getting
nationalist.
some tea that I didn't know about? Like
Did
a
you not know
backstory?
that tea?
No.
About my no?
Oh
Oops,
my God.
way
Dude,
before.
Esteves, before Esteves knew me, he was like, I can't wait to just RKO some little Asian men.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, okay.
No.
No, we're not going to do that here. You continue. Sorry.
From 9/11 to the beginning of Obama's presidency.
Whoa.
I forget that guy. We don't talk about that as Steve's because he's went through a change.
Is he Bruno?
We don't talk about that as Steve's. We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
Anyway, after we'd gone over Marvel and DC, I had stumbled across an author who was writing his own stuff that was outside the superhero realm, and his name was
H.P. Lovecraft.
Tim too. Lovecraft Country, great series. Tim Seeley, who at the time was he had already written Hack Slash, and I fell in love with Hack Slash, as you all already know. And I wanted to know what else Tim Seeley did. And that's when I came across
Nothing.
this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good night, everybody. Nerd on. Came across this right here, which is our topic for this show, the story of Revival. And I'll read you the synopsis right now for it if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. I just want to know why we were doing this episode. I don't care about why you read it, but okay.
Why are we doing it? Why'd you pick it?
I just dug it
Here
because
we go.
One more time.
So
it was the first time I learned how to read words.
Dear diary,
It
today
was-
when I was in the comic book store,
It
I
was-
saw a cover.
Why do I sound like that in my diary?
It's a very nice diary.
I am. I'm very nice in my diary. I'm very nice. February 25th. No.
And just like that.
I dug Tim Seeley's homage and his tongue-in-cheek approach to horror stories, since he had said that Hack Slash came from him just marathoning horror movies one day, since he was a guest on our Capeless Crusaders podcast.
He was
years
very
ago.
Nice gentleman.
Very nice gentleman. He called it. He Skyped us from Chicago, and he Skyped us from Chicago, and he was late on his end, so he stayed up for us. So much appreciated, Mr. Seeley. And I just dug the way he had this love for horror while also having some comedy with it and having some tongue-in-cheek with it. And that continued on with the Revival series. So I thought I would bring this to the Nerd On Nation and see what y'all thought of Tim Seeley and Mike Norton's Revival, a rural noir.
So you made us do this because you like another guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
See how I've
Not
changed
because
from
we might like the
2001?
story.
No, it is literally because
Not because when we're recording this, it might coincide with
No.
the release of anything.
No, this is like the show and tell day in school, and it's my day.
Okay. I just thought there might have been more thought. And I'm like,
It's
oh,
my-
This is for me.
I like the book. I like the book.
You're good.
It's my book.
Okay.
Can I have,
I mean,
can I have more paste?
so I mean, for any of us who had not read this before the episode, did anyone have any preconceived notions or thoughts or ideas about it before we got into it, or did anyone want to share? Yes, Amy.
Oh yeah. Speaking as one of those other capeless crusaders, and my lack of affinity for horror, even in comic book form, knowing what Tim Seeley did. So this book came out in 2012. Am I correct, Senor Esteves?
Yep.
And 2009 was Hack Slash. I was aware of it. I knew that, like, it was horror, but I wasn't very into what I was perceiving as a possible spookity comic. So my apprehension, yes, spookity. Yeah, you could say it. It's okay. It's spookity.
official. Yeah, it's real.
It's spookity. So my affinity was, I was very hesitant to pick it up, considering also I was aware of certain books that were on the shelf. Cause yeah, that was happening.
Yeah.
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 I've already read it. I had Comixology at one point. I just love
Ooh.
Comixology.
Shout out to
Money,
Shut
that doesn't exist
Come
anymore,
on.
but I mean, it does kind of Amazon, because Amazon buys everything. Shout out. No, because I love Image Comics. That's how always been one of my preferred kind of publishers. I mean, if you look at theirs, they've got Saga, they've got Spawn is my favorite, Walking Dead is my favorite, two of my favorites, Invincible, Deadly Class. They have a lot of really great ones, and so I think at the time when I was reading it, I think it was even near the start of Nerd On, 89 years ago. And I just started branching out and just reading other comics and just like looking around, and I was like, and this was kind of, I think the way that it came up was, I love zombie stories, and this I think was kind of spun like that at one point, and it was like, oh, it's not that, but it was Image Comics, and I was like, ooh, I like the art, this is cool. But yeah, it was fun to return to it again. It's a good one. I like it.
He likes it.
What about you, Tom?
I never heard of it. I usually don't care about whatever Esteves likes.
Yeah,
I just take it
Next
with
segment.
like the
Next
fattest
segment.
grain of salt. I mean, you don't.
I'm gonna go over here.
Whatever Steve's likes, you don't really got to take it with the grain of salt. You got to take it with like a truckload of MSG just so it can taste better.
Wow.
A truckload?
Wow.
You just need a sprinkle of that good stuff.
No,
I like the Prestige too.
You
for the
start drinking it,
dankness
and you're just
of-
like, God, I need water. Oh.
I can't feel my face.
That's the linguiça aftertaste.
But
Ew.
deep in the throat. But yeah, no, I never heard about it. I think Steve's just like hack slash this, hack slash that. I didn't think Tim Seeley wrote anything else in the world. I also didn't think Steve's read anything else in the world.
No.
So to hear about Revival is
Batman.
kind of surprising. I feel like people listening are like, Jesus Christ, Tom hates
It does.
just punching the crap out of his dude.
He's
That's-
Kevin Smith and I'm his Ben Affleck. That's what it is.
No, this is
Then who's Jay?
full year of RKing Ode every morning walking into
Wasn't a
work.
full year. There was off days.
It was
David
a
Barry
long time.
David
Every
Barry
morning,
helped.
I was a skinny little boy, and I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, I was so afraid. And then now I'm just like, I could just mentally browbeat you everywhere I go.
Sometimes Barry
But
was
anyways,
there in his 3Ds. That's
yeah.
whatever.
But no, so I hadn't heard anything about this, except that Esteves was like, oh, a show's coming out, and there might be someone that I care about that no one, talks about, or maybe they do talk about, depending on what circles you're in. And he's like, could we do it, please? And I'm like, oh, fine, whatever. I give one to Esteves. And so I
Word
read
for
it, and
word.
Exactly.
and I was like, you know what? I like reading some comic books. I like,
What?
there's a
You like
lot of
reading?
Ew.
sometimes some good fiction, but like, in certain parts of the world or communities or wherever you're going to find it, it's going to be like, oh, comic books are not this. And then the people who love comic books are like, not every comic book is superhero stuff. So it's like, it's cool to find the pockets of, what you can really enjoy. And the fact that this is getting this at this point of this recording has a live action adaptation for TV is cool. And we might be talking a little bit about that, right, Esteves?
Yes, for those who have actually
little
watched the
bit.
adaptation. Yes,
Just
a little
smidge.
bit.
Yeah.
Smidge.
And actually, one thing before I start reading it, there's a YouTuber or whatever online creator named Audio Opera who I love their stuff. They just post very cringy stuff, but they're making fun of like trends of like early 2010s, and then they're using it because they have this like nerdy swag, and I'm just like, it's so good. And then they posted a promo, and I was like, oh wow, this is cool. He did like this brand crossover thing, and I was like, oh no, he got cast in the show, and he's in the show as if you read the book, spoilers everybody, there is a like opening prologue to volume 1, which we're covering today, and he's the mortician or
The
crematory
Coroner. That's it. Thank
you. And his name is Graham, and I love him. He does a lot of funny bits about like the trading card community. He has a funny bit with divorced dads trading card game. So good. But no, after reading it, I was just like, I could see why a lot of people enjoy this. I could see why, it's truly in the book form a rule noir, and I really like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With that, let's get into volume 1 of Revival. I'm going to read the synopsis, and then we're going to go off on what we enjoyed, characters we liked, favorite panels, and so on. Okay. So here's your
yes, sir.
Yes, chef.
Okay.
Okay. Got it. Okay, class.
Yes,
But shout out to Tom, who has an image from the comic on his screen in the background.
Y'all can see it. If it's not cropped out, sometimes we have to crop it out.
He's got Dana back there.
It's totally okay if we cropped out.
Totally
It's
okay.
not.
It's not
everybody
okay.
can see it. Everybody's laughing at you. We can see it.
All right.
Did they see my butt plug? Okay.
It's right next to the mouth. So the synopsis for Revival. For one day in rural central Wisconsin, the dead came back to life. Now it's up to Officer Dana Cypress to deal with the media scrutiny, religious zealots, and government quarantine that has come with them. In a town where the living have to learn to deal with those who are supposed to be dead, Officer Cypress must solve a brutal murder, and everyone, alive or undead, is a suspect.
Dum, dum, dum. I have a query
Yes.
for the gentleman that actually has the book in his hand. Can you flip it open or over to the back to let me know if it follows the tradition of all Image volume 1s? No, not the signed page, on the back of the book as a whole.
Yes. My bad.
Image Comics,
all those simple instructions, children.
Did you get it for the $9.99 price that volume 1s traditionally for Image have been going at?
Ooh. This it says $12.99 on the back. I got
in other
this.
words,
Yeah. This was purchased at where?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know where.
Yeah, I know.
Say it.
Empire Comics, located at 1120 Fulton Avenue. Sweet
K.
Yes. Yes, Uncle Ben is still over there with pugs and is
Hot sauce.
currently and hot sauce and a lot of comic books.
Yes.
But traditionally, originally, Image would go with their volume 1s at $9.99. So you're less than $10. You would get a pack of amazing comics to try out, so that it wasn't ever a waste. You usually get between 1 and 6, or in this case 1 and 11 issues, and they want to know if you like it, maybe you'll pick up the next one and pay a little bit more. So it's nice to see that
A little taste.
a little something
A
something.
little bump.
That's
You
why
bump.
Josh likes it. It's just a good deal. It's just a good deal.
Good deal.
Just a good deal.
It's just a good deal. But thank you for
I
checking.
need my triangle. I used to have a triangle that was be like promo ding.
Well, I'll get you a triangle.
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
bring
yeah.
you a
It's
triangle.
somewhere here.
No, he has it.
So there's your synopsis of the story, and I'd like to know if you hear enough about me ranting about Tim Seeley and all the stories.
Ugh.
I want to know what you, my fellow castmates, thought of the Seeley Norton revival.
Josh, what do you think? You like the zombie. You like
That was
the
almost,
image.
that was almost a question mark. Josh?
That is my name, I think. I enjoy it because it's not a comic. It's not a zombie comic. It's not. It's a supernatural. They just come back to life comic. It's a really good premise. That's the thing is it was like as you read through it, you're like, this is really cool. I'll be honest. There's a certain aspect of it, like the ghost. I'll call it that I haven't read past volume 1. I'll be perfectly honest.
That was the
Because
assignment. Don't worry
volume
about it.
2 through the other were not free on Comixology Unlimited for $5.99. No, just kidding. So I've only read volume 1. I do want to read more. I just don't want to spend money.
Library.
Library, yeah.
Library.
So
You can. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was gonna go in support of our libraries and be like, you could download Libby and with your library
Yes.
card, check out comics online that way.
And Hoopla.
And Hoopla.
really,
Libby and Hoopla. Yep.
Yes.
Really, okay.
Audiobooks,
Yeah.
books, graphic novels, whatever.
I just
And
want to
just
encourage your
shows
love
with
of
library cards. It's crazy.
I like
yeah,
reading.
having
The-
fun isn't
the-
hard when you've got a library card.
The only thing
Arthur,
Hoopla,
PBS bitches.
the only thing Hoopla
Sorry,
adds, Josh, is you can also watch movies and TV shows that the library offers.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
Libby and Hoopla.
So
do the same exact
sorry.
Oh. No, it's like what do I say? It's just I like every bit of it. I mean, reading it again, it was fun to because it had been a while. It was I'll be perfectly honest, there was a moment where I was like, I think I've read this. I know that I've read this. And then when I went into my library on Comixology, it was like the last time you read this was 2016. It was like, oh yeah, I have
was
read
me.
this. So it was cool to read through it again and be like, oh yeah, this is dope. This is so cool. I love I think I'm gonna kind of parallel this for a second because
Do
I
it.
like the way the comic does it and I like the way the TV does it. I like the reveal of the "Don't tell Dad." I just love
Yes.
that. It just it
Mhm.
makes
That's
me.
great.
It's just the whole like if you're reading the panels and you're seeing it unfold, you're just like, oh shit. I mean, you kind of know it's coming, but you're just like, oh shit, that's awesome.
The way it's revealed.
Yeah, exactly. And I love how kind of I love how grungy the comic is. I'm a good fan for the grungy. But I don't want to spend this. We're gonna go back and forth, but that's yeah. I'm reading. I'm reading through it again. I'm like just looking through and skimming, and I'm like, ooh, what are my favorite panels again?
Ooh, that. Ooh.
That one's nice.
Amy?
Yeah, so this was my first read through, and it's very easy to read. As Josh stated, it is not a zombie comic, even though it has horror-esque moments, especially for me being of the squeamish variety. This was more palatable to me than Scott Snyder's American Vampire that came out about the same time. Scott, not Zachary, Scott.
They don't mess around with the blood in this.
No.
Scotty
covered
Snacky?
witches before.
Scotty Snacky? Snacky Scotty? I don't know. We'll work on that one.
Oh,
It's actually
Yeah, and
one
you
of-
did
it's
witches.
probably my favorite comic is American Vampire. Anyway, go for it.
Well, the first 1 through 5, Stephen King was on as well, so got a little something extra. But even if you're looking at art styles, this is very palatable, very easy to follow, and it always leaves you kind of with that, oh, Oh, there's another page. Okay, I can keep going. Which was really a pleasant surprise for me as a comic book reader. It's very easy to kind of get swept up into stories, or to get easily like, oh, there's too many words in this bubble. I can't handle this. And
80s comics.
My ADHD is kicking in. I can't do this.
80s superhero comic books. That's a lot of
I
dialogue.
I used to have to put my hand over panels where it just kept going. That bubble was like the entire panel with a little tiny head at the bottom. But I didn't really find that ever as a problem. Not only are the characters fully fleshed out, but they're believable. And they feel, especially in the comic, they feel like they live next door, or this is truly happening right here where we are, which makes it even more interesting to see that applied with the TV version, with the TV series. And it it's not just very nice, it gets you with an unexpected hook in such a way that you're like, well, it could be anybody, right? Like, the TV show literally hits on it within the last, what, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, where our protagonist, Dana, she brings up something about, like, out of our giant population, we've only got this many people that we know have come back. Like, that's crazy. And it almost becomes a little bit of a who did it, who done it, as well as who was it. It's so fun. And I didn't think I would actually say that about another horror book. I mean, there are some fun ones,
Turning her.
but
Look at her go. Look at her
how it
go.
goes.
You're doing it, Peter. You're playing with us.
You're playing with us, Amy. You're doing it.
I saw Troll Hunter on Sunday, but that's unexpected.
Yeah.
This, I literally had Revival and then Troll Hunter.
Troll Hunter.
So we'll keep going. But Tom,
Nice.
how about you on this this first strong-armed reading?
Tomas?
I'll do a little bit like what Josh did, and I'll kind of like double fist it with talking about a little bit of show. Reading the book was me and Esteves will talk about. We'll pull the curtain back, as it was, because I was trying to look for my digital options to read said book, because I also am trying to pinch them pennies.
It's true.
And I was like, hey, there's this version, and like there was another version. One had the prologue, one didn't have the prologue. I was like, where does yours end? When does it end? I was like, which one's the volume one? I was like, hey, how many issues is it?
What
Like,
is
mine
happening
ends.
here?
And I was like, oh my god, this is so difficult to figure out. So I will say this was a puzzle just to figure out first and be like, did I read enough? And so I started reading like up until like issue 7, started watching the show, be like, I gotta just make sure I know the story. And then
Eric's-
watching the show,
You got the detective wall with all the pictures, images posted. Which
It's
one
so
goes
okay,
to
it's
which?
supposed to be this, supposed to be this. And I got to the point where like I was watching the show and I was like, this is nothing like the book. I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh my god. I was like, this character isn't in there. That character is in there. That's not how this
This
happened.
guy looks totally different.
I was like, where are all the Asian people? So I'm going to bring that up. I'm bringing it up.
Right.
I liked how the book in Wausau has like this kind of not like, hey, like representation thing, but it's just like, hey, there's a lot of Hmong people here. I'm like, oh shit. For people out there in Sacramento, you're like, yo, shout out, we know the Hmong people, and the Hmong people are like, yo, we're in stuff, and it's like 2-3 people, but like you're like, okay, cool. They're actually like
You
using
mean
like
representation in media?
What?
Not even representations, but it's more like, oh, they fucking exist at all. Because like I guarantee you, there's people
Not
who have
just in
probably
Gran
listened to this,
Torino?
they still have never met a Hmong person in their life, and just like
No.
you wouldn't be able to tell. You'd be like, oh, they're just a type of Asian. I don't know what it is.
Only Gran Torino. That's it.
Yeah, and even then, like Brenda Song,
Mhm.
she's half Thai, half Hmong, and no one
Mhm.
knows that. There's like, oh, she's probably just But like, anyways, having that in this book was kind of neat because it starts out with a Hmong character, and then you
is.
see her story, and that's not in the show at all. And so like, I was just like, kind of when I realized that, I think I probably started watching the show at like issue 3 of reading it, so I could just kind of like have them like companioned up, and I was like really starting to just enjoy the fact that like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, she's not the main character, but like there's just a character that gets to do some, and Asian people aren't a monolith, so she's not like some kung fu battling warrior or princess, but she's like, oh, she's just some girl with a camera and she's involved in this thing, and she has history with the characters. Anyways, I liked the unfolding of it all, and I think the book it does a really good job issue to issue of like having a great cliffhanger. And I won't do too much like the show does, but like the book, I think as we all talked about, it's pretty predictable, but like even then, like it's like, ooh, like it ended right there. It's like, okay, it makes it easy to like start the next issue. And
It was
I
pretty
think
fluid. Like even just like reading the volume 1, it's just like it's designed that way, but also you're just like, oh, I'm on the next issue. Nice. Okay. Got it. Understood.
And I think to piggyback a little bit off what Josh was talking about the ghost, there is a little bit of come on, man, just fucking give me a little bit more with this shit. This shit is getting too like MacGuffin-y, like fuck, like so. There's that, but
it's almost like you have two concepts in one, where you're like, okay,
it's like 3.
Well, I specifically with the ghost, where you're just like, I know that this is gonna have like meaning later, a thing. This is gonna have something, but
now tell me now.
The fuck.
Wild.
And to its credit, right? Because it's like all the kind of parts of the story is really interesting. Like everything that happens with Dana, everything that happens with the revivers in general, everything that happens with M, everything that happens with Dr. Ramin. You're just kind of like, I want to know more what's happening with these characters, but also I just also kind of need to know the plot. Like a bad comparison, and comparison's thief of joy, but it's like Last of Us. It's like, cool, the world ended. Don't need to know any more about it. Now it's like, let's just see the characters. We're here. It's like the world's still developing as we go, and so are the characters as we navigate. And so like seeing M like just kind of like develop into a different kind of character than I think what we're used to, because she's introduced as this younger character, and then Dana's like, I'm the older sister sheriff and I have the pressures and I have a child and all that stuff, and I'm kind of like, I have this kind of new lease on afterlife, if we will, and I that was really interesting because it's like
fuck some shit up with it.
because you get
right.
genre-y action with her, and I think that's cool, but then you have to like ground it with like Dana's kind of like Rick from Walking Dead. I'm just like, I have to be like the moral compass and also just like keep my head on my shoulders, but also she's a normal human being who's not so detached from it all, like not cut off from the world. Like she's still caring and nurturing for the people she cares about, and also still wants to like have a regular life, even though like the whole city, it should be well known for the people who are listening who haven't read it yet, all the spoilers, but it's like the town has been like quarantined.
Yeah.
So it's like all this reviver stuff has only happened in this one city, and so like they're all about talking about the media, but it's
we're like a month in too. We're like a month in.
Yeah, so it's weird. So it doesn't not the worldwide phenomena thing. It's like it's all in one spot. So like the show, I think, picks up in a very interesting way to kind of like really capture a lot of what people felt like in the pandemic. This kind of like heightened hysteria, a little bit of like people don't know anything, tensions are high. How do we label things, and like how do we start taking people's rights away so that like we quote unquote have this illusion of safety from like made up boogeymen, so that we can kind of like point at things that we like don't want to like interact with, but we want to judge. But like, yeah, it's cool to watch it in this way and read it in that way. That's all I'll say. Esteves, how about you tell us some highlights, say some sparkly things.
This is my book. No. Element that I loved about it, that actually grew on me more as I read, was the aspect of how the revivers coming back starts to make the people who are very religious question things or become uncomfortable. Because it's conversation I've had before in the past. There are people where if aliens arrive tomorrow, there are certain sects of faiths that would have their entire belief system destroyed because they're not supposed to believe that can exist. Those aren't real. That's not supposed to be real. These aliens arrive. I never believed in aliens, so what do I do now? Exactly. There are beings that humans are it. That's it. And if an alien shows up, it breaks everything.
How have they consolidated the fact of the tardigrade exists?
Bro.
I love the tardigrade.
It's a literal little space what was it?
bear.
Rhino?
It's a water
Water
bear.
bear. Water bear.
Humans will believe anything.
We don't talk
But
about that.
I love that aspect because it shows it in the show and the book as well that you have the three top faiths who are trying to vie over which faith this belongs to. Is it coming back from the dead? Is it from heaven? Is it a message of God? Are these Satan's beings? These are what they bring up, and I love that it's making those types uncomfortable in the story, and they can't explain it. It's something that they can't explain. You can't say Jesus did this. You can't say
inexplicable.
Muhammad did this, what have you. So I love the aspect of that, and that's why it's more than it's not a zombie story, because it's a little more supernatural. It's more. It says it right.
It was really funny looking this up, being like, what the volume? Then it's like rule noir. It's like, I get it, man.
The rule noir.
You just go, oh, honey, you're trying to be creative.
It's a rule noir.
Just want you to know,
Trying
it's
to be-
not a zombie. It's not zombies.
My
Not
next
zombies.
story by Anthony Esteves, a Western noir.
A Western crime
Canadian noir.
Classy gift.
Canadian noir.
Post a classy gift right now. That's me.
GIF.
Also, the aspect of there being internment camps. It brings up the story of people are different. They're not the same as us. We can't let them intermingle
Round
because
them
they
up.
could be dangerous. Round them up, tag them, put a number on them.
because it's different.
And so exactly. And so I felt that story, sadly, even after 80 years, is still relevant today, given situations regarding putting people in camps who are different from us. So it felt like a comic that, whose storyline can be any era, any time period. It still has a very important tale to tell.
On another completely different, unhinged, I love Arlene Dittman. Everything that goes on with Arlene Dittman. I mean, no thought to it, but I'm just like, Arlene Dittman, just like the idea. So I have metal fillings. And anytime like a fork touches it, like mouth stuff, teeth stuff, I'm just like, I hate it. And her teeth, the thought of her teeth growing back and the insanity that would cause anyway, I'm just like, but her unhingedness, I just love it. It just makes it, and then just like saggy boobies, just like coming in, like
very shining.
Just,
Kind of.
Very barbarian.
It's just very
Barbarian,
and I love it. It's just like something completely different.
Yeah, let's go favorite characters, favorite panels, all that. Let's go into that.
Yeah, I'll jump on this one. So really, for the show, Cooper, which is Dana's son, he's pitch perfect. Like, I want more. Again, I only saw the first episode, but I was like, I like this kid. This kid's a good kid. I was like, if what's happening in the comic books to Coop happens to the live action Coop, I might lose my mind. But needless to say, for the show, he's been flawless. In the comics, there has been Arlene, the insanity of Arlene in that entire couple of issues. Just, it doesn't just give you the willies. It almost kind of asks you that question too. Like, would you do the same thing? Like, she's just so mad her dentures can't fit in that she's absolutely lost her marbles, which is better captured in the comic book. Just, it's uncomfortable. The other character that I really
Abomination.
The other character, well, the panel that I remember that's really, really striking is actually within the first couple minutes of the show, which is the little girl on Reviver Day, where she's standing there and she's like, Can you call my mommy? I'm cold. And I'm just like, I'm like, you did a great job, little girl. Panel perfect. It was so literally that moment says so much and not enough about both the story and just everything that will proceed forward within this story, that you're like, I don't know how I feel, and that's great.
The show's adaptation of that scene was perfect too. I thought. Yeah.
It just literally sends chills down your spine. And then if I have a favorite character from the comic book, I'm really partial to Dana, simply because she seems to be pulled every which way. She's just trying to do her job, but it's like she's stuck in crazy town with crazy people, and everybody wants to get in and everybody wants to get out. And it's like, the day in and day out of like, I can't do anything. I'm here. My dad's my boss. He's upset with me.
It's like that
Always.
Jim
Nothing will
Carrey
ever be
liar,
great.
liar, where she's just like, fine. Yeah, we'll do this now.
Yes. And it has, even in it's captured really great in the show, but comics, it's just unparalleled. Literally, like the frantic energy of like, I'm supposed to be in charge of people, I'm supposed to be doing my job, I've got to watch out for Cooper. Like, we get to see also her connection in terms to relationships with just everybody, because it's a quarantine small town in the middle of winter, and everybody knows everybody. So you're just like, girl, you okay? Like,
honey, do you need to talk?
Tries to go to the bar for a night and still can't get away from everything because
nope.
of
Oh,
Yep.
just I didn't think that I would be like, yeah, no,
I feel-
girl, I'm
I feel
I'm
you.
with you for this. Let's roll, homie. We could do it. I believe in you. Really do.
For me, I think comic book wise, favorite character is Dana. For TV show, no. In comic book, favorite character is M in the comic. In the TV show, it's Dana, because I think I like that M kind of like, I'm gonna use this to my advantage and like do some cool shit and invest. And like, also, again, spoilers for everybody. When you find out that M is a reviver, it's because she was implied that she was murdered. And so part of her story is to find out who murdered her or what happened the night of the revival day, where everyone came back. I think in the book, I'm like, I want to see what she does. I want to see that she does cool shit. And also, just like, again, to the point where everyone said, like, don't tell dad is such a cool, like, to me, it harkens so much of Willem Dafoe, Don't Tell Harry.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's like, I have this secret, and it's like, we have to keep it, but except, like, now we get to have fun with it. So I'm like, I think that's really cool. And again, having the two sisters on the opposite ends of the same kind of journey are trying to figure this out. I think that's really cool in the comics. In the show, it's much more about like, let's figure out why M was kind of the way it is. And I like how in the show they do have like some what would you say, explicit warnings, because it does talk about mental health and
They question
self-harm.
Was she murdered? Was it self-harm?
And I think that's cool. I think that's like a level of storytelling that makes the adaptation more modernized, because that's just a little bit more accepted to talk about nowadays. And in the comic book, I just like that, like, again, what I said, like Dana, it's like she has to still be a mom, she still has to be a daughter, she still has to be a sister at the same time. So it's like she's kind of pulled in all these directions, like as you guys have said, but also she has to help out the town. So I really liked her in the comic book. And I think in the comic book, it's probably favorite part. I mean, honestly, it's probably the it's after volume 1, but like before that, right preceding it. So it's like M and the snow bike and the it's like an action. It's literally an action sequence. And she just like discovers like, oh, I can go do this thing. I was like, this is pretty cool. I really really like this. And in the show, actually my favorite part's not in the book. I think it's with the dad, and I think it's in episode 1 or 2 where he gets a call, I think, to go check out a house.
Yeah, it's in the first episode.
He goes to this house, and there's this woman, and he's like, oh, I just need to do a check. And then she goes, checks inside the house. And that's, I think, the cool thing that Esteves was talking about, of how you get to see society, community, people in different faiths, different walks of life, however, different parts of their life, whether you're children or older or, middle of the road, how they respond to this phenomena of hundreds of people have come back, and we don't have a track on them. We don't know what they're all about. And this older woman has kept her deceased husband in her living room,
dug up.
Oh yeah, exhumed the body.
Exhumed.
She exhumed, and dragged him back.
And she was always like, he's always late. It's okay. He'll come back. And you could tell like, oh, she's, there's a little bit of this small discussion of like mourning and letting go and acceptance of things and holding on, where there's just like, and I think, and again, I don't know if it happened in the comic book, because of the show they kind of like truncate a lot of stuff and speed it up, but like in the show there's a moment where,
like, does it, because
they're jumping around a bit,
but so it's like, does that moment, because it's like sometimes you watch something that is a it is a, why can't I think of the word? It is an adaptation, and they add something, and you're like, oh, that's a good idea. And but is this something that happens in a later volume or something, or is it something that they
So they did mention it. The character that at the moment that you're talking about is kind of more expanded in the television show, but you have her, this particular woman who's at the sheriff's station. She's talking to the receptionist and she's like, "Oh, he's always late. It was one day before that he had died. So
Mhm.
can you go find him?" Because she's of this mindset that he's not in the ground. Um but it's never touched on anymore in volume 1 at least. But seeing that moment again, that was one of those ones that I was like, it's everybody now. Like you don't know if it was one, and she makes that point of it was one day before. It was one day before. So the question comes, how many people from before, if the one day before maybe didn't come back,
Mhm.
how
And
many farther down did, how many farther up have? Like,
there's a thing, and Amy, you only watched first episode, right?
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't remember if it's in the first episode because they all kind of happen so fast. But son, the child,
Cooper.
befriends a little girl who is a reviver, and the kids start picking on her, and the
Mhm.
boy protects her and gets in
In
a
the first one.
fight, and then the parents are like, well, that child is not our daughter anymore,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
she came back wrong. And it's like, again, you see opposite sides. You see someone who's desperate to get their lover back, and then you see parents who are like,
That's not my child.
you're like, that's not my child. And these are all pieces of language that we've heard in different contexts, and so to hear it in this genre, in this fiction, it's like such a it's good. It hits close to home. It should hit close to home for people. They can be able to relate to this, and I like that Dana in the show was able to say, like, that's why. Yeah, and she's just like, you had it too good. And and it's like, I like those moments where it's like, ooh, you get to see, the characters are kind of a little bit of a vehicle for us to see other people and see how they're responding to it. I'm gonna jump to do a little bit of what I wanted more of in the show and in
Mhm.
the book. So first of all, where's all the mom people? Where's all the mom people? Also, secondly, like, was it Miss Tao, right? The
Yeah,
the
May
May
the
May
Tao.
photographer,
May Tao.
May
May
Tao,
Tao.
the
She's
reporter.
barely in the damn show.
Yeah,
She's like
she's
in
in the
every issue.
beginning. She gets her
Yeah.
beginning moment with the morgue, and we
That's
haven't
it.
seen her pop up yet for the rest
That's
of the
it.
series.
And
I
like
think
you
Seriously?
see her.
we get a voiceover of a reporting she does, where it's her voice. It's like
Yeah.
episode 3 or 4, where she's
But that's 3
updating
or
the community.
4. Like,
Yep.
literally for the comics, she's every
Yep.
single comic. She is like she is important.
Mhm.
She matters.
As far as I'm
And
aware, there are 10 episodes for this, so we'll see from there. But as of 5, that's about
Mm-mm.
where she's been at.
I didn't like the
for
way that
people.
they introduced the Ibrahim. Like it was just like the little scandalous in the
Smash.
bar. It was just like, boom, this happened.
They moved it up.
Exactly.
They moved it up, but
Yeah.
it was also just
Mhm.
like,
Hey,
this
that's
is
what I mean. It
happening.
was
There's no foreplay. There's nothing, like, it's just
Yeah.
like, boom, this is happening. You're like,
in the comic, it was better, I thought.
yeah, no,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah,
It's
in-
rushed in the show.
That would be an overall, no. And for everyone listening, it's not like, oh, boo the show. It's not the comic book. We read the comic book, and I would just say, like, I think the comic book is just a little bit more like to like the pacing of it all. Like, even though it's like you're getting hour-long stories, like the book kind of just like, they're shorter. They would actually take you less time to read, sometimes maybe
Mhm.
more story. But it kind of just flows in a nicer way where, like, the show feels like it's like it kind of like, as we're truncating other things in there, and it's like we're taking other things out, and we're not, like, kind of giving these characters a little bit more time to get to know each other. I enjoyed the book more than I enjoyed the show. That being said, I'll still finish the show to see how it all goes, because it's like, it is very interesting, because like you're getting to see it in both times, and like, it's something that's like, you don't have to binge. You don't have to binge read a whole comic book, so you can just enjoy it as you go. And yeah, I think I wanted more Miss Tao, because, and for anyone who's like, why does it matter to have this Asian girl who's blah blah? It's not just, it's a representation thing. It's like, no, because she's the first person to capture this. She's the first person to capture the event, as you saw in the first episode, and you see in the prologue of the comic book. And so when she releases, she shows the video. She's like she gets the bad stories, but she breaks news that the
Mhm.
people are back from the dead. And because of that, she's kind of like seen differently. She's like engaged differently. She's like targeted in certain ways. So it's like that's cool. I think that's an interesting thing that like you don't have to be necessarily impacted by this event, but just having access or being someone that talked about it, like now you're just seen differently, which talks a lot about again society. And then secondly, and I think it's smart for the show to have done it this way. The people who got revived don't look like they were revived, right?
Yeah,
They look like they
100%.
never ever died. And in the comic book, like
They
they
look a
gray
little-
as hell, man. They dead. Like, what you talking about, bro?
I don't know how
There's
to
a
tell you,
huge-
but they dead. They DEA dead.
Yeah, and so
That's a dead person.
like the little girl, right? It's like, oh, can you see my mom? Like it's cool. Like she was like, oh, she looks like a corpse. And in the show, it's like she's just a little girl. Like if no one ever, if everyone's like, shh, no one knows, no one knows. Just
See?
be cool, man. Just strike all the funerals from the record, and then we just go on living.
Yeah.
You know, you would never know.
Nothing to see here,
They-
folks. Nothing to see here. It's all part of
It's
the
like,
show.
oh, well, I guess we're good. Thanks for all the condolences for no reason. Like that was, and I think, you know, obviously they do it in the show to create more humanity. Because if you had them be a little bit more made up, where like, you know, they look like Twilight vampires and they're all
exactly.
pale. It's like, all right, you know, there's
Hey,
people gonna be like, Psh, I see you.
it's
Psh, I
sparkly.
see you. Yeah.
But that
so,
also kind of carries like that in making them. It's not just the humanity aspect. It creates more questions of can you. It creates the conversation of can you trust your neighbor, like it starts creating that extra level of paranoia in intentionally toning people so that everybody looks the same, like. And I put air quotes around it because everyone is not the same, but like that there is no differentiation. It does have a little bit of that humanity, but it's also like when we're looking for something and it's a noir and everyone's a suspect, if you only have a list of X amount of people that you know for certain are a certain way, that leaves however many other people that may not have told anybody or just like it's there. I agree. In the comic, like you're like, that person did. Like that person hecka did. And in the show, you're like,
Are
maybe?
you, though?
Are you really?
Yeah, the show later on does even build more on that when it comes to, again, you can't tell who's a reviver and who's not, and the sheriff has put this strict rule about if you're a reviver, you got to get tagged and everything, and it starts to affect him because it's people he knows, who he's known for years, who have been close to him, and now he has to.
scene.
Does he stick by his rule? Does he
I have
bend
an
it for those
obligation to the
who are
people
friends
to
and
protect
family?
to protect the community from us, from revivers, people who you know for
Mhm.
years, who came out and were there for you. Just because I'm a
Mhm.
reviver now means like I'm a threat.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's a cool thing that I think the show did, because it kind of forces that issue where like the book is a little bit more like we're gonna just kind of slowly move and show like the decay of the world and how kind of insane it gets. I also will say in the book they did a really good job. I loved when, what was the character you loved, Josh? Arlene.
Arlene did.
When she comes back.
I don't
Dip
love
in-
the
And-
character, but the unhingedness of
Ooh.
what happens.
But in the nursery,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
that was terrifying. I was like, oh god, what is gonna happen here? And I think that's the cool thing about the
Saggy
book.
boob, hanging out, loincloth. Like, I'm like,
Terry.
Josh
Yes.
likes saggy boob. You heard it
Terry.
here first.
well, no, because it's like when you read
Terry?
a comic, you're like, you know, it. There are some things when you start to see them, like even on TV, when you start to see them in comic books, you're like, we as a people are moving
Hmm.
forward, and more things are being shown. I'm like, hell yeah, show it, because it's real. It's
Yeah.
real.
It is.
Yeah.
Some old lady that's dead,
Hecka
Dead.
dead.
walking around just like she didn't give a shit. She's like, she's got like.
I mean,
she's-
I don't. She clearly did not have all her faculties, but
no, she doesn't
Terry.
give a shit. So it's so real, and you're just like, oh, they're showing it. Oh, they're gonna show it. Okay, and then like her corpse just like burned, and you're just like, is she coming back? Is she gonna revive from that?
That was that's such a great question, because if we're talking about more that I want to see, I haven't seen the rest of the series so far, or even like progress through. I am open to seeing more, but that's one of those things I can't give you like I want to see more of this right now, because I don't know yet. But that was one of my questions when I was reading the book. I was like, she crispy. She hecka crispy. If she gets up and starts creaky walking across the floor and crumbles into dust, I'm like, does the dust reanimate? Like, do we have some extra going on where she just becomes a tornado? Yes, I'm gonna make with a face, and then she just goes after people.
For the horror fans, Return of the Night of the Living Dead,
Mhm.
that opens up with a zombie named Tarman, and for her, I feel like she'd be like crispy woman,
Crispy woman.
as you said.
Kentucky Fried Ditman.
KFD.
Exactly.
Uh,
Golden Brown Ditman.
I don't know, because the comic does bring up the whole where when they investigate further, she's also burned from the inside out.
She
not
burned
just
from
like-
the inside out. She didn't.
I
yeah,
got to
the show doesn't
episode
confirm.
5 where our coroner pops up again, and I'm in the middle of that, so I don't know yet if they do bring that up. But I know he returned, so we'll see if that's brought up or not. I realize that I'll go quickly. My favorite characters are not too way out there, Dana and M, because I love Final Girls. I'll always be a Final Girl supporter. I love their comic portrayal. I love the actresses who play them. Melanie Scrofano as Dana and Romy Weltman as M, Martha.
Why'd you say that name? Sorry.
I haven't heard that in a while. Why'd you say that name?
That name is
Why'd you say that name?
that name is
So
unsafe
rough.
forever.
Ever.
I'm hoping every show has a blooper if there's a Martha. Why'd you say that name? Why'd you say that
It's
name?
not out of me over here on
Why'd you say that name? David James Elliott is great as their dad. I love his post-JAG career, being Stephen Amell's deceased father
Oh
in
my
Heels,
God.
and now
Jag.
being that's him.
You
that's him.
forgot?
Holy shnikes!
Take
That's
the
Oh.
beard
him?
off. Take the beard off. It's
Tom,
him.
did you just look him up?
Whoa.
Yes. He's-
Whoa.
His post-JAG career of being Stephen Amell's deceased dad in Heels, and now the Sheriff Cypress. I think he's great in these
Man.
characters.
Mm.
I'm just gonna throw a little bit of nostalgia out there for the
Yeah.
people who are my age, who are in the early 30s.
Mhm.
Jag was a show that no one watched because it was right after Walker Texas Ranger. And
Mhm.
we're like, I don't want
My
to see
parents did.
Oh yeah, we watched it.
Well,
Oh yeah.
us kids were like, I don't want to see a procedural. I want to see a guy
Yo.
kicking.
Catherine Bell, bro. Yo, Catherine
No,
Bell.
I hear you. I
man.
hear you. I
What-
hear you. Now I'm
who
like,
was
you
the
know what,
guy
maybe I
that
should watch
was young Bink? He was young Binks in Hocus Pocus, but he was
Yes.
also the football player in Heathers that dies in the forest. I cannot remember his name.
I
He's in Jag.
Yep, he is. He is in Jag. Yes. So yeah, there you go. The David James Elliott right there for you.
Wow.
And I think Andy McQueen is great as Ramin. He's the casting, I think, has been great. We were bringing up other jumble things up, Josh, about Miss. Oh my God, I just forgot her name. Oh my God, Dittman. Thank you. How her burning up scene is like in issue 3, and the character Anthony Check doesn't show up until issue 7 or 8, but they're in the same episode in the series. So we're seeing things like Tom was saying, jumbled up to change the story a little bit. But otherwise, those are my favorite characters, and of course, my favorite panel is, of course, the "Don't Tell Dad." I mean, it's
a great one.
I love the
It
way that's
truly
done in the show and the book.
When you see that, you're like, oh, this would be a great TV show.
But anyways, hey, thanks, guys.
That's it.
We revived together, huh? Look at us
Revivers.
reviving.
Get them revivers.
Look at us reviving together, huh?
Oh, those who
We're just
revive
not-
together survive together.
There's their catchphrase. Season 2.
Here we
Staying
are.
in my lane, reviving.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Anyway, is now the
yes.
portion of the show where we move on to one interesting thing.
One cool thing, damn it.
One coolish thing.
On the
Wow.
notes, it says one interesting thing, so
Wow.
don't worry.
Oh,
Wait a second.
sorry.
I
You're
feel
right.
like
Ron-
I'm wrong.
I feel like-
You're
I
right.
feel like a Ron Burgundy.
Anyways,
Red the
whatever
Conqueror.
it is, it has nothing to do with revival. Everyone listening, if you haven't read the book, check it out. Tell Esteves how you feel. If you haven't watched the show, go check it out.
Remember,
Tell
it's-
Esteves how you feel.
It's a
Yes.
Don't
rule,
talk to us.
It's a rule noir. Remember that.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't
It's
at
rule.
us, Josh. Don't at me. Don't at Amy. Just only at
Just
the Azorian one
The Azorian.
on all the things.
Mm,
But
this guy.
the one blank thing, it's a TV show, game, movie,
Maybe.
book, song,
Mad
whatever it is.
Libs.
Nothing to do with it
Just-
that we're going to suggest that you guys can take home, listen right now. Who would want to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Esteves is going first. What?
Your boy went back to his old nerdum, the thing that he nerded
In
out
time?
to. Yes, went back
Jurassic
in time.
Park.
Yes, I went back and reread Jurassic Park,
Hell yeah.
and I am currently rereading
Ridden.
The Lost World.
Hell
Ridden.
yeah.
The Lost
Are you at the
World.
part where they're in San Diego? That didn't
They're
happen in the book?
They're in San Diego in the first book for different reasons. But
Is there a giant 76 gas station?
no comment. But I am that nerd that has 2 copies of the physical Jurassic Park books.
One for reading.
Fucking
One that was
nerd.
purchased in 93 that is held together by numerous amounts of Scotch tape, and the other for display purposes only.
Scotch tape?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's got Crichton. It's like there's the O
You
and the
couldn't
N.
get packing tape?
The O and N. I was
No.
11, man.
Aww.
I was 11 reading this book. I shouldn't have been, but
You
I
should've got
was.
You
packing
should stop
tape,
playing
though.
it with it like it's a puppet then. You should just like, okay.
The O and the N are missing because they fell off, but the T-Rex is all crackly and everything. I'm never getting rid of it.
Just like the franchise now.
You smell the pages. It's paper.
Have you seen or have you read? It was after his death, but Dragon Teeth.
No, it's next on my list.
It's well, I mean, it's interesting to me because it's so based on like history of like
The actual guys who do the first fossil discovery.
the fossil war. It's so
It's a
fascinating.
Western paleontology.
Yeah.
Is it
story.
anything like Dragon Tales?
No.
It's almost time for
Dragon
Dragon Tales.
But I'm reliving Jurassic
Come
Park: The
along,
Lost
take
World
my hand.
again.
Let's all go to Dragonland.
And I'm catching things I missed before, and it's weird.
So wait, hold on. Wait, the book you're still catching new things?
But bro.
Bro?
I've read it 5 times.
Bro.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
But the first time I was 11. The second time I was probably 13, 14.
Bro.
And then I read it years later. There are parts, yes, that stick with me more than they did
Bro.
before. And if I were to tell you, Jeff Goldblum's Malcolm is the one who says, guys, you're doing this wrong. It's not going to work. You fucking idiots. Whereas Michael Crichton's Ian Malcolm is like, guys, this is going to work. You're fucking idiots. Here's the exact fucking detail I'm going to show you right fucking now that you're so stupid about why I've always been right and fuck you. It's so great. That was, of course, a blunt version, but that's what he does.
Bro.
No. They deserved it. Hammond's an asshole in the book. He deserved it.
Bro.
Bro.
You know when like one of your homies who's only eaten like Big Macs and stuff, and then you finally take him out to like a steakhouse, they're like, what is this? I'm like, that's beef.
Yeah.
What?
It's kind of like they've never eaten beef before, and it's like,
Yeah.
maybe you didn't actually read the book when you were younger.
Alan Grant's
Bro.
a dick in the book, like a real
Bro.
dick.
Bro, I was 11. How much science would I understand at 11?
More.
Dude, I was watching Spider-Man the animated series, and when
Listen.
Alistair Smythe says the trajectory will make it go to the
Listen.
Hudson Bridge, and I'm like, I know what you're
Listen.
talking about.
Listen, I'm going to tell you Michael Crichton goes deeper than the Spider-Man cartoon. I'm just saying.
Sure, it's cool.
He's got
So
something to-
I was able to understand
Corey.
something.
I went
you were
Corey
not.
style on the mic just now, okay?
You're so close to that camera.
Yeah, keep going. First time I see you when I actually
I
decide
don't
to
know
see
what's
you. I'll
happening right now.
I'll do it.
It feels so
I don't need it.
uncomfortable.
Hi, Josh.
I feel so
Go ahead, Josh.
uncomfortable. So
Hi,
fucking
Josh.
uncomfortable. I'm gonna keep it within the scope of what we're talking about. We're gonna do a comic book.
Yeah.
I think I've
What?
mentioned this comic book on the show very briefly, but I'm gonna do it here because now
you
I can
do.
kind of I can billboard it a little bit. There's a comic series called Birthright.
Yes. Sorry.
Not the Superman comic Birthright.
No.
But
No.
there's a full series called Birthright, and it's done, it's ended, and it's got several volumes, but it's so cool. I found it because when I had Comixology, I was like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? And this is the first one that God, comics are so expensive.
Yeah, they are though.
And this is one of the first ones that I was like, fine, I'll read it all. I did it with Deadly Class. I did it with Seven to Eternity. I'm looking at all the comics that I bought, east to west. Like, oh my God, Jupiter's
to me, Goose.
Legacy.
Talk
Oh
to
my
me.
God, I've bought so many. The
Let's
boys,
go.
all of
Josh,
the
slow down.
boys. Anyway,
All of the boys?
all of the boys. But
Oh my
anyway,
Gosh.
100 bullets.
Pretty deadly.
Boys.
Tag team?
Anyway,
Good tag team?
Got some pretty deadly in there.
tag team.
No, it doesn't look like it. Monstrous. Gideon Falls.
Yeah, it's monstrous.
Birthright. Sorry, Birthright. It's it's just a cool concept. Basically, I'll set up the really basic concept is that this boy disappears in the comic world. In the real world, this boy disappears. He goes off into the woods and he disappears. And in the real world, time passes, a year passes, and then all of a sudden this boy shows up, but he's like 30, 40 years older and he's fucking ripped. He's like a fantasy.
Jumanji?
He's like a fantasy
Even
hero.
buffer.
And
Nice.
we come to find out that he went through a portal to this like fantasy world where there's like dragons and there's all this like cool shit. One of the coolest like spreads I've ever seen in a comic is this fucking fantasy hero riding a Harley into battle with like a sword, and like it's so cool. Anyway, it's a really cool series. It's a really cool series. Check it out. Birthright.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. I can't follow that up, but yes, Birthright all day. So great. Okay. So I'll follow that up with a movie. As I mentioned in the show, I saw Troll Hunter, the Norwegian Troll Hunter, not Troll Hunters, which was from, what was it, 2011?
With Nicholas Holt.
No, not with Nicholas Holt. It's by Andre Overdahl. Basic concept, it's kind of a found footage. A group of student filmmakers look into reports of illegal poaching, and they stumble upon a super sketchy looking guy. They start following him, and he says he makes his living by slaying trolls.
Fuck yeah.
And it is
on Twitter.
Well, the thing is, it's really great because even though it is in Norwegian, there is subtitles. You'll be fine. But it actually really kind of delves in deep into the lore of trolls, especially for Norway, which if you've been watching any of the Hilda series, you might see some parallels between the two. It's really fun. I did kind of get nauseous because, again, it's found footage. And it ends in kind of an unexpected way, but it's really neat. And I enjoyed it. And if you're wondering why, because it says it's a horror fantasy, just in case you're wondering, currently I have a requirement in the household that I have to see at least one horror movie a month.
Yes.
But now
she's growing.
She's growing.
That's called character development.
I have character. No, but really, this is on top.
I didn't say that. Amy. You should slap them all.
I can't. I'm up here. They're down there. I don't know where their screens are.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But really, yeah. So the requirement is in the house that I watch at least one horror movie a month to continue to grow my learning in that genre in particular. But this is also with an added bonus that if I complete this challenge, which has a rapid timeline for one a week on top of my regular one a month, I get a prize. And I'm really excited because it's food.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's prime rib. It's prime rib, baby. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. And I don't have to watch Event Horizon again.
She won't let you.
No.
If anyone who wants to, if you have the Tubi app, it is streaming on Tubi.
I was gonna say, you can't promote anything more, Esteves. But okay, that's
no, it's on Tubi. I was helping her.
Okay.
You could also rent it and support the guys with their $3.5 million budget.
Do that
from 2011.
From
But
Norway.
Tom, from Norway, it goes a long way in Norway.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna go. This is, I think, I am a new convert. I have lifted the rock from which I lived under, and I started watching because I've been doing a lot of editing for different videos and stuff, and sometimes you just need to let things render out, and so I'm just like, let me watch something, and I have a friend, and he's been wanting to develop like panel shows and game shows, and he's been suggesting this one show in particular. Then I was just like, let me check this out. Taskmaster.
Yes.
And this is with Greg Davies and Alex Horn, and pretty much this show is like 45 minutes long, so an hour-long show on televised broadcast, but pretty much 5 comedians compete at random tasks that the Taskmaster develops. Imagine Mario Party, so they're like really ridiculous, stupid mini games, and then that is shot like way in advance, and then 4 or 5 months later they will edit them all up so that it's all funny. So then they'll have the entire panel, 5 comedians versus the 2 hosts, and they'll just kind of like run riffs and talk about it. And it's like, cool, you did this task where you're supposed to throw toilet paper from like this airport 2nd floor into an actual toilet. How are you going to devise ways of doing it? And there's always like cheeky ways that, like, they could have cheated, or there's also other ways to do it so it's not just like purely skill. Very funny, very silly. And the thing I like the most about it, in comparison to, and I could see Josh and his lovely wife Bonnie, why they love British humor so much. It's like, it's always about being silly, self-deprecating. When you make fun of what people have done, that what they did was stupid, they are never stupid.
Yep.
So it's like, if Esteves was terrible at a task, I would say that was the poorest example of skill I've ever seen in my life. It's never, you suck. It's always like, that was absolutely horrible.
One of the reasons why Monty
like,
Python is so funny is because they're so smart. They all have like Harvard level educations. Like they're all very smart
Cambridge,
people.
Baby, Cambridge. Let's go.
I'm just saying,
the baby.
Very smart.
But yeah. So like, it's I've really learned to enjoy that show. I mean, I'm going backwards, which is terrible because it's like, oh man, because I just watched series 19 and I'm going backwards to like series 18, 17, 16.
Okay.
So I'll be like, I'm going to see the production value just degrade as I go through, because I started at the end. I really like it. It's really fun. And the reason why I'm suggesting it, they're all, I think most of the show is on YouTube. It's on their YouTube channel. They uploaded it during the pandemic because they were like, we want to give people joy. We want to give people a chance to be involved. So we'll send the task to people and they can record themselves doing the task. And I thought that was really cool. So I really liked that this was like a very like nice, light, whimsical, silly thing that people can watch. And again, you could watch all the episodes there. But yeah, that's my one interesting, cool thing. And with that, Josh, how about you sing us out?
That's it.
Sing.
That's the episode, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, wherever you are. The podcast is on every podcast app, every feed, every collector, whatever.
All of it.
You know, it's there. But there's always video, so check us out on YouTube, because our YouTube channel is growing, which is very cool.
It's not on Daily Motion. It's not on World Star.
No.
We're not on Daily Motion?
Damn it.
No.
Dang it.
No.
Esteves, get on that.
I got it.
Yeah. Check out our website, nerdon.tv. But like we said at the beginning, join that Nerd On Nation that's powered by Patreon. It really does help us. We do in fact have bills. We joke, but we do have bills, and we do want to make more. So the Nerd On Nation does help us do that, and it's fun to have people join us for the ride. And also join that Discord, nerdon.tv/Discord. There are channels in there for you to talk about anything you want. Food, tools, anything that you want. Sports, anything. Check it out, nerdon.tv/Discord. But that's the episode. Thank you for listening.
When you're not on Patreon. Nerd On when you join our Patreon.
Oh my gosh.
See?
You have to see the video of what he was doing. It was very funny.
I am moving my light in my room.
Because you're helping keep the lights on.
Keeping the lights on. I'm moving the light. Can you hear the light moving? Can everyone hear the light moving?
Hear the light moving.
But anyway, everybody at home, you know the drill. As always, nerd on.
Nerd on.
Don't tell Dad.
Ending broadcast.